Mayday has an allergy. We used to think it was duck eggs because the ducks used to, you know, free range, and he would come out in the mornings and he'd find every single nest he possibly could and eat the eggs, and it was always a battle trying to get out here before him so that we could get the eggs first. It was like a adult Easter egg hunt every morning around here. But we took him to the vet. We thought it was a grass allergy at first, and then we realized, okay, it's a duck allergy. But anyway, that big spot on his back happened overnight. He lays in his kennel and just licks and licks and licks, and we put some blue coat on it for the antiseptic and so that he would stop licking it. So until we can get him back to the vet again. But he also has pills he has to take for allergies, so we're going to go ahead and give him that if I can ever get him away from the dog food so he can take his cheese. So anyway, we'll have to keep you updated on Mayday. He was the, as Rusty says, he's the
most expensive free dog we have ever had.
We got Mayday in a parking lot of a grocery store. Someone was giving these puppies away, and I had just lost my, we had just lost our dachshund that I had had for 14 years, and I had vowed I wouldn't have another dog. I couldn't go through that kind of hurt. Hey, Mayday, leave the kitties alone. I couldn't go through that hurt again, but I just couldn't resist Mayday. He was just too cute.
Mayday.
So he's a bit on the spoiled side. Let's see. Good boy. The others are like, why didn't we get cheese? Hi, Mayday. Mayday is actually our only dog right now. Lily is our daughter's dog, and as I've said in previous videos, she's living with us right now until she can get back on her feet. And Toby is Rusty's parents' dog. Toby comes to the farm quite a bit when anytime that they're going to be out of town or whatever. She comes to hang out on the farm, and she loves to be told she's a farm girl because she loves it out here. And Mayday says, but I'm still the baby. These collars that they wear, they're the Pet Safe collars. It gives them, there you go. It gives them, we have it set at 3/4 of an acre. So they know where their boundaries are. When we started out, we put out flags and did the whole thing. Lily, she kind of didn't go through the training that Mayday went through.
Nobody wants to see that.
because she, you know, like I said, she's just here temporarily, but she pretty much stays with Mayday all the time anyway. So they have learned where their boundaries are. It gives them a warning. It just beeps, and the beep gets faster, and then if they don't retract or go back into the zone, it does shock them. It's not a terrible shock. I mean, my boys, being boys, they decided that they were going to try it, and they shocked themselves with it a couple of times. But anyway, it does help a lot, because if not this guy, he would be in the wind. And if you can see there, we only live like half a mile off of a very, very busy highway. So we want to keep him safe at all costs. And Lily, you know, she's a roamer too. So Toby's more of a, I'm just going to stay home. I don't want to really mess with anybody. See, he tried to lick that, and he decided it didn't taste too good. So hopefully his pills start kicking in again. We're going to have to figure out what it is that he's allergic to. His tongue is purple now. That'll keep him from licking it though, and I'm not kidding. He did not have that spot last night when we went to bed, and we hear him in his kennel licking all the time, scratching, things like that, but we did not realize he was licking all his fur off like that. So we need to get him back into the vet. He needs to go anyway. He needs to get his shots up to date and get his we need to get him neutered, so then that way he will not roam also. Man, I wish we would have been out here this morning. We had a good rain, and if you can see all of these little spots, that's where the worms come up after the rain. These guys are hungry. They're like, we don't care about worms. Here, I'm going to move this over here. Because no, Toby, you can't have the kitty food. Toby, no. She never wants the dog food. She wants kitty food.
Don't smile because you can't have it. Let's go. Run on back up the house.
But, yeah, see these little mounds right in here? All over. We missed the boat. I guess this early bird didn't get the worm because we didn't get out here quick enough. Go down and say good morning to everybody while Rusty's getting feed. This little rooster right here, I know I've said it before in other videos, he is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. He is way too big for our hens, and he hurts the hens, so we had to separate him. He's honestly just a feed bill now. We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do with him. The problem is he belongs to my parents. I think he belongs to my mom. She has said over and over, do what you need to do, but if I can avoid hurting my mom's feelings, I do that at all costs. So he's got a heating lamp, and he has his own little bachelor pad here with a little run. So, I mean, he's kind of living the life, but he doesn't have any girls. We need to change out his water and get him some scratch. I mean, this is a barred rock here, and I could possibly put Queenie, that's Queenie. We could possibly put her in there with him, but he literally would break the hens' backs or legs or whatever. He was just really too big. We have this other rooster that my dad brought home. My mom brought home a rooster. My dad brought home a rooster. And he seems like he's a little more easygoing with the girls. Ooh, they need water too. You guys, it feels like a spring day out here for real. We're supposed to have some winter weather coming in tonight. But right now I'm out here in a t-shirt. I mean, it feels like a spring day, like it's just fixing to storm. You can see the front out there that's coming. Here's Concho. He's a little anxious right now because he's watching for feed, so he probably won't let me pet him, because once he gets to, it's like in his brain something triggers and he says feed, 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 and that's all he hears. Concho, come here, bud. He is heavily staring at that door. Hey, buddy. So here's the other bellyachers. Oh, Rosie. So we've separated them off into the goat pen. One, because we're getting closer to kidding season, and we want the girls to get used to being in this pen once the babies come. And two, Rosie gets a little aggressive, and she kicked Concho. Didn't you, Rosie? Yes. And he had to heal with his leg, but he's doing a lot better, and we're having to work with her because she gets a little aggressive about the feed. These girls are all bred, and the only reason I say that is because Mr. Elvis is so much more aggressive towards them. He doesn't want anything to do with them. He pushes them away. Feed time, he doesn't have anything to do with them. So that's usually a pretty good indication. Plus, we've seen some of the activity, so we know that he's done his job. He is the absolute coolest looking goat. I can't wait to see what these babies are all going to come out to be. Right now, everybody's just like they're the same way with Concho, just want some feed. Rosie, she gets a little aggressive, so we have to, you know, kind of keep her separated off while the goats eat, because she gets to kicking. See, she's pushing everybody. I probably should go help Rusty instead of just out here with all these beautiful animals. Hi, Rose. Hi, Rose. On this guy, he's not aggressive towards people at all. I mean, I can open this gate and if I could go all the way in there and he doesn't come at you or anything. He's so docile. He's just mean to the girls. 3 eggs, that's it? What's happening?
Oh, there was a girl on the nest.
Oh.
She's off now, so I'm going to go back in and check.
Did you check that little house? Now this guy, he's more aggressive. Watch him, he's at your back. He tends to be a little more aggressive. Probably because he's got girls.
There's actually 2 girls on the same nest. I'm going to chase them off so we can get those eggs.
Okay. Yeah, 2 girls on that nest. He's got a... They're not going to be happy about that.
Okay.
Oh, he doesn't like that.
Fighting over 1 egg.
Oh my goodness.
1 egg. And not even their egg.
Yeah. Anyway, this dollhouse my parents had found at one of the apartment complexes, they brought it home because my mom said that would be a cute nesting box for the chickens. Well, we never did put it inside the chicken coop. We just put it in the chicken run. And they love to get up on top of it.
Go down here and check on the pigs and make sure they're good. We'll have to stop and get some hay today.
Let's check these guys out. Man, they are getting big. You guys are getting big. You guys, I think Rusty is right. It feels like it could just storm at any second, and you know what they're saying is it's going to be a pretty good winter storm. I mean, good for us, even if we get 2 or 3 inches of snow. Oh, he's bringing, yeah, look at that. It's coming. Woo!
So guys, I'm going to go ahead and unhook my hose. Look at him. He ran out of food, so now he's going to throw a tantrum and tear his feeder up.
It was already torn up, but...
Yeah, but he flipped it back over. Anyway, what I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and draw my hose up here, get everything drained out good. Like I say, it's supposed to be a high of 30 tomorrow. Don't want to have any more frozen lines than we have to. This is something we can avoid. Yet another perfect example of why I want to go ahead and get that hydrant installed as soon as possible. Then we don't have to drag 150 feet of hose up every day when it's cold. I can have a short hose out there. So, welcome back to Robertson's Belly Acres. Whew. Did you hear that? As everybody knows, life on the farm is pretty, crazy, hectic. I was getting ready to go to town a while ago. Pulled out of the driveway. Thought, you know, I'm gonna go get some hay for these goats. Been out of hay for them for a day. Square bales. I mean, I've got a big round bale out here for them.
Okay, cut for a second. He was talking about the hay, but he forgot to say there was a tree down on the fence, so we need to go take care of that real quick.
Okay, so I found all my goats. They weren't out, but we got to go on up here. I wasn't going to unload my skid steer today. After I got thinking about it, thought if they're calling for snow, I got to have it loaded up. We have a couple different businesses we have snow removal contracts for, but as you can see by looking around, that weather's coming. Temperature's already starting to drop. starting to rain just a little bit again. So we're gonna go ahead and get this sucker unloaded and go back out there, get that tree off the fence, get that fence mended up best we can for right now. Put that on the to-do list for later on. Okay, I'm sure you can hear right now, it's really coming down. Rachel and I are both holding up here in the barn. As you can see, we're in here. Concho's back there behind Rachel. Rosie's doing her job, and that's what we love about having a donkey out here on the farm. This weather starts getting bad. She's always been good about putting the animals in for us.
I mean, as you can see, she stands right in front. She does her job. She has the goats behind her. The smaller goats are back behind. That's what we love about Rosie. She's very, very protective. She takes care of her girls. Well, all of them. Elvis is back there too. So, you know, she might be a pain sometimes, but she's a good girl and she protects her babies. Right, Rosie? You guys, that temperature is so weird right now. That's what we were just talking about. You can literally see our breath already, but it's not cold yet. It's just really odd. But hopefully this rain's gonna let up so we can go get that tree off of that fence.
I guess if it doesn't quit raining before long, I'm gonna be the biggest bellyacher because I'm gonna go out there and have to do this in the rain. As you can see, that tree right there comes all the way out and across. It's laid right over the top of my boundary fence. There's one coming to the east right there, and there's another one that from right there exactly where that's at, they were stumped together. That's out into the road. Somebody already pushed that one off the road. I saw it, thank God. And we're gonna get this sucker moved off here pretty quick. Like I said before, thank God for the rain. We definitely need it. I'll never complain about the rain. Even this spring when we were all flooded out, just thank God He has a better plan than we do.
Oh, he's gonna have to throw the chain on it. Man, that really did a number on that fence.
Okay, I went ahead and got that tree off. I just pulled that goat fence up. It broke my barbed wire. The tree actually fell on that T-post and shoved it down in there, but for today it's gonna have to be good. You can see where it comes from. Now I gotta circle out the road. I gotta reach down and get this other tree out of the ditch line because the way that this rain's coming, that'll all plug up and wash my ditch out again.
Mayday and Lily had something cornered, and Mayday won't let me see what it is. He's got it. Mayday, what is it? Mayday, bring it here. Mayday. Mayday, what is it? What is it? Dude, you're making me... Oh, it's the skull of... Leave that alone. That is disgusting. Mayday, quit. Yeah, it's a skull of some kind. Looks like a deer. Something. Okay. It was a skull. So I kicked it over here so they couldn't get it. Because they can't come out of the boundaries. But there goes Rusty. Look at all this water we're getting. This is ridiculous. I mean, look how it's just washing out. Scares me for all my trees. Oh no, I think we're stuck. Buried it. Whew, you guys. This rain is terrible.
Okay guys, I circled around out there, got that tree pushed up out of the ditch so that it wasn't washing our road out. Unfortunately, my skid steer's now stuck in the ditch.
It's sopping wet. Okay.
Thank God I got a hold of my neighbor. He still had a tractor at the house from their commercial mowing business. So we're going to head over there and grab that tractor, and we're going to dig this sucker out. That way we can get in and out of this rain for a little bit.
So as Rusty said, we are borrowing the neighbor's tractor because he's not home. He's dodging tornadoes in Ardmore right now. My daughter just called from Owasso. She works at a daycare. She said she had the kids in the bathroom. They were under tornado warning. This weather is just ridiculous. I'm so glad I did my makeup today. Look how soggy I am. But anyway, I'm waiting on Rusty. He is bringing that tractor now. He's gonna run the tractor, and I'll get in the skid steer and run the skid steer, and hopefully we can get this dude unburied, because yeah, she's pretty buried, I think.
Okay, as you see, we got it out of there. Thank the good Lord for good neighbors, having a lot of faith and trust in each other. That's the one thing that me and old Ronnie got in common. We both got the equipment, and we're not afraid to let the other one use it if we need it. I'd like to give a big shout out to Landon Sloan and Ronnie McCoy from MTS Dozer and Brush Hogging out of Manford, Oklahoma. They're the ones that provided me with that big John Deere to pull my little John Deere out of the ditch. So thank you guys. We got our fence all fixed. Skidster's back in our yard. Trees are out of the road and out of the fence, out of the pen. Now we can go and finish what we started to do, going and get a little bit of hay so we can give these goats and the horse and pigs a little bit of extra bedding tonight.
So we got changed.
Dry clothes.
Yay for
nice
dry clothes.
cup of hot coffee.
Oh, I already drank mine. And it's too late because I'll be up all night. That's what happens. But it's really not late, you guys. It's 5 o'clock. It's a lot later than we wanted to get the bedding for the animals, but you know, stuff happens.
It happens, so here we go.
Let's see if we can actually make it the, you know, mile down the road to go get hay. Without,
it's pretty iffy.
Okay guys, we made it to Western Market and poor Rusty's all soaking wet again.
Love the rain.
And we've got hay in the back. So let's go get some bedding put out, you know, in this cold rain now.
Yeah, the temperature's really dropping out there now, guys. If I can get signal on this phone good enough. Whew.
Yep.
Well, it says I said we're dropping. You can see. Yep.
Ooh, look at all that
temperatures
rain.
at 58 degrees. 59.
Look at the difference between the high and the low today. If that tells you anything about what the weather has been like. It's been beautiful. It's supposed to get down to 26.
26 tonight.
26, yeah. Here's the other app. It's 54, feels like 50 right now. But you see, we're supposed to have the rain all evening, but look how that temperature is going to drop between 5 and 6. It's going to drop from 61 to 49 is what it's projected.
It's showing 38 by 11 o'clock. Starting them. My fingers don't work real well.
And it's because they're wet, but
you can see right there, 2 a.m. That's when it's supposed to start switching over to snow. 50% chance of snow and rain mix. 33 degrees.
You guys, we're not ready for the snow. We're pretty fortunate. The last 2 or 3 years we haven't had the snow, and I know snow is money, but for us snow is money because we have, like Rusty said earlier, we have some contracts for snow removal. But at this time, the only thing we have to move snow with is that skid steer, that open skid steer. Look at my hands. Okay, my gloves. I'm chasing rabbits.
She's turning into a Smurf, guys.
Those gloves are the ones that we used during spring season last spring. And so now every time they get wet, they turn my hands green. But anyway, yeah, that would be a really cold day to be moving snow in those parking lots with that skid steer because we don't have the snowplow on our truck yet. We really haven't put it on there for the last 2 years because we haven't needed it. But anyway, maybe, hopefully, it's been warm enough that we can just, it'll just dissipate or melt as soon as it hits, you know. But anyway, we'll see. It looks pretty crazy out here, so let's go get this hay out so we can get inside, get warm. Like Rusty said, maybe play a game or two. underwater, babe. We've gotten so much water that our pigs are underwater. Their entire area is, so Rusty's trying to get us a little ditch dug out real quick so that maybe it'll drain. Okay, so he got all the water to drain and he put a whole bale of hay in there. So hopefully they'll get in there and stomp that down and not start a fire. We shall see. We'll come back out and check on them in a little bit.
Okay, so as we said, calm before the storm. That's definitely what we got. Rachel and I got out there, unfortunately, a little bit later than we wanted to, but everybody's bedded down. Got hay for the goats and a donkey to bed down.
The pigs aren't swimming anymore.
Yeah, we got them drained out, so we put a whole bale in their pen, or in their shelter. That way, if there's going to be a little bit of moisture going under, or rain going underneath there, but it will definitely be helping.
Yeah, they'll have that barrier and hopefully stay warm.
Yes.
The temperature is dropping very rapidly, so.
And just so everybody knows, Keeping It Dutch had a video yesterday that he posted about sometimes things go as planned and sometimes they don't. Well, you know, perseverance, it wasn't going our way, but we stuck it out. We stuck out getting cold, got stupid wet. Twice now. We did go in and get dry clothes on, and then it's like, oh crap, we still gotta go get hay, we gotta get them to the pigs. It won't take but just a minute. We get down there and Rachel says, pig shelter's full of water. They have burrowed down in there about a foot, so I had to get in there. Rachel was holding the light for me, and I used the hoe, the closest utensil we could find.
And the part we didn't video, because of the situation, we couldn't stop to video, but as we were trying to get them out, get the water out, their gate is just a pallet, and it was closed, but it wasn't latched good, and the pigs got out, and they went out into the pasture, and we had to get them back. I don't know how we did that, just us two. I think they were just so scared because it was already getting dark and it was raining, and we have
lightning, just
yes,
like that.
Just like that. Oh, I hate lightning. But anyway, we're wearing these reflective jackets, and I think that was scary enough that I don't know how. Honestly, I don't know how we got them back in the pen, but we did, and I didn't record any of it.
It only took us 2 tries, guys. Like I say, don't know how, but it happened. It worked.
Yes.
We're gonna go inside now. We're gonna get yet another change of dry clothes on.
That's okay. We're gonna put on a fresh cup of coffee. We're gonna get warm and dry, and we're gonna call it an evening.
So, like I say, just go over and give Keeping It Dutch a look. He's got some really good stuff going on there.
We'll link that in the description.
You never know what's going to happen in northeast Oklahoma. Like we say, 67 degrees this afternoon. Right now we're already down to about 50.
I think we're even less than that, but yeah.
Mama Bellyacres will take a look at that. See, guys, I told you she loves it when I call her that.
Oh yeah, it's 41 degrees. It feels like 34. Is that
40?
short?
Yep, there it is.
41 feels like 34, so it is dropping so fast. So we need to get inside and get dry and get the puppies in, because they're underneath the porch still. So we'll get the dogs in and call it a day. Don't
forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, like it, and share with your friends, guys. That's how we know we're doing what you guys like to see. So
yes,
big shout out to MTS again in Manford. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. God bless.